Hello and welcome to Matt Talk. So last year, the church conference adopted a new leadership structure that we have begun to live into in 2025. In years past, we had a church council that set the vision for the church and governed the life of the church along with other administrative committees. There was a staff parish relations committee that dealt with personnel matters, approving job descriptions, personnel policy, hirings, dismissals, all those things related to HR things. The Board of Trustees was the legal entity for the church, giving oversight to the buildings and land and equipment and approving all the new contracts and purchases and sales and etc. Then there was another committee, the Committee on Finance, that kept a watch on financial reports and the communication of such to the congregation. The new structure merged these four committees and their responsibilities into just one board, which we call the Leadership Board. This board consists of 5 to 9 members of the church, and rather than compartmentalizing finance, personnel, legal matters, campus upkeep, and strategic planning, this one board now gives a more holistic approach to governing the church. The Leadership Board does not manage the day-to-day operations of the church. That's the responsibility of the senior pastor and other staff persons. The Leadership Board does not oversee the ministries of the church. That's the responsibility of the ministries teams, our green team, our mission and service team, generosity team, faith development team, worship team, hospitality team, welcome and engagement team. And the ministry team captains and the staff meet once a month for an executive ministry team meeting where we plan and coordinate the ministries of the church. So the Leadership Board governs the life of the church, setting vision and policies by which we operate. Currently, we have 6 members on the board: Craig Hathcox, Vicki Stuckey, Dana Letchworth, Ethan Hills, Tony Jones, and Chuck Pugh. The chair of the Leadership Board is Tony Jones, and the vice chair is Chuck Pugh. They have been elected by the Leadership Board to these positions. They also serve as the lay leaders of the church and delegates to the annual conference, since they're the chair and vice chair of the Leadership Board. I'm delighted to have Tony and Chuck with me today on Matt Talk. So Tony and Chuck, welcome. Glad you are here.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for being my guest. So we are actually in month 9 of living into being a leadership board and into this new structure. How's it going?
I think it's going pretty well overall. We've had some growing pains being, first timers, but we're learning and getting through it. But overall, I would say it's going well.
Good.
Well, to quote from the first paragraph of Charles Dickens' classic 1859 novel, A Tale of Two Cities, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Amen.
So we had some real challenges to deal with, but there were also some real things to celebrate.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I like that.
So talk with us. What has been your greatest challenges as a leadership board so far this year?
Well, I mean, the big one is, from what I said, the first one is just learning and understanding everything, being the first year. And then going from the big, where you had so many people that were involved when it came to getting things done, to making it smaller, which means that there's more of a workload. But again, things get done quicker, but the workload is more. So that has been, trying to get all that figured out. So
I think for me, it's been taking care of aging facilities with a declining budget. We've been able to accomplish a lot, leveraging various grant opportunities and also leveraging the generosity and volunteer energy of our members, but it's sometimes been a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, and it's a challenge that continues because it's do more with less.
Yes.
And that's difficult to do. Well, so what has been maybe one of your greatest joys in serving on the leadership board?
For me, it's been making new friends. Getting to know Chuck, and we went over to Athens together and stayed a couple days over there, and have met a lot. It's been a joy getting to know our church members better through the leadership board and our meetings, and we have wonderful people on the board.
Yeah.
And so friendships has been a good one for me.
Yeah, I would echo that. I think getting to work with a great group of people and getting to know them better has been a big positive aspect. And secondly, getting to know more of the church across the services and across the different groups, including a lot of new people that are coming into the church with a lot of energy, a lot of ideas, a lot of enthusiasm. But I think the thing that's been the most fun for me is watching our rewilding initiative get traction.
Yes.
And seeing a lot of folks step forward to join our green team and come in with ideas and help to make that begin to take shape.
Yeah. And if you want to know more about the Rewilding Project, you can see a episode of Matt Talk that Chuck and I did some time back about that. So, well, what are you most excited that the leadership board has accomplished in your first 8 months?
I'm going to see if Chuck and I want to see if we think the same thing. I'm going to let you go first on this one, Chuck.
Ruh-roh. For me, I think creating something new in the leadership board structure, something that I believe will serve the church well as we look towards the future, both making it more efficient and effective.
I love it. And again, with that, and again, you kind of answered it with the last one was, I think the facilities upgrades that have been happening to our church, and again, Chuck has worked hard on this. It's been good. So
super. Yeah. Well, how is the new structure going? What are some of the pros? What are some of the cons that you have experienced taking on this new structure from the way we used to do things?
Go ahead, buddy.
You did it again. We can see the advantages of eliminating the stovepipe administrative structures that we had to take a more integrated, holistic view of the church's business. But it's been a challenge to figure out how to get more efficient and effective in overseeing the church's business without getting lost in the details.
Yes.
Yeah. And it really does require one not to get lost in the details, because there's just way too many details for a group of one group of people to take on. Yeah.
And we're slowly but surely getting it right, So we sometimes there's so many items it's hard to get through, but yeah, we're getting there. I think we're working hard at it. So yeah, I agree.
Great. So Sunday, the leadership board is inviting the whole entire church to come to what you're calling a town hall meeting. And I know that we had one of these earlier in the year, and the plan was to have two, one in the spring and now one in the fall. It's going to be Sunday morning in the Family Life Center at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Tell us about this town hall meeting. What's the purpose of this town hall meeting, and what are some of the things reasons that people will want to be there?
Well, a couple of reasons is all the leadership board members will be there, so you get to see us. There'll be questions that you can ask. There'll be information that we'll provide through some sort of PowerPoint type presentation that'll give you information about us, about the structure of the leadership board, about some of the accomplishments that we've had since April, things like that we'll be able to share, that you'll be able to look at, listen, and then at the same time ask questions as well that you may have of us.
And it really, what we hope will be an opportunity for dialogue, both for us to share what's happened in the last, 5 months or so, but also to be a listening opportunity for the board, to hear ideas, to hear concerns, questions, and to be able to respond to those.
Yeah. It really is a place and time for the congregation to kind of hold the leadership board to a loving accountability.
Yes.
And to encouragingly and very thoughtfully trying to offer words of encouragement and words of accountability to make sure that we continue to lead the church forward.
Yes, sir.
Well, anything else that you all would like to share about your experience on the leadership board, or about Sunday morning, or anything?
I guess I could say just know that, the leadership board, we have been working hard for the church. And, when we meet for a couple of hours on a Sunday every month. But we spend a lot of time in meetings making sure that the church is taken care of to the best of our ability, that we're getting information from ministry teams. There's just a lot to it. And I am thankful for the leadership board and the amount of time that they put in outside of the meeting to make this church be successful. So I appreciate that.
The other thing that I would add is that we welcome feedback from the congregation about how we can be more effective. We also want to hear questions, concerns, ideas for helping our church serve our community better with energy and with love and vitality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. So the leadership board really does operate in a little different way than our other committees, not just in that we're taking on all the responsibilities, but one of the things is just getting to be a member of the leadership board. You all know this.
Yes.
You now get to serve on the nominating committee, being the lay leaders of the church, the two of you. And, the nominating committee, in their nominations, people say, I want to be on the leadership board, or I'm interested in that. But then the nominating committee doesn't just nominate people. They really interview people for this position to make sure that they have gifts and graces that the nominating board or nominating committee feels the board needs. And so that's one thing that's a little different about how you even get on the leadership board. And then the leadership board, I know in your meetings, the first 15, 20 minutes is a devotional and a spiritual time. A candle is lit to remind the board that Christ is present here with us. Yes. And one of the board members provides a devotional, some kind of spiritual practice for the meeting. And then the second 15 or 20 minutes, you all actually use to develop your leadership skills by one of the board members making a presentation about something that might be helpful and developing the board as better leaders. And so, and then once a year, coming up in November, the board will go off for a retreat on Friday night and Saturday, and we'll do some planning for the new year. We'll have a guest person to come in and lead through that. And so it really is a different format, not just that we took four and made it into one, but just the way we operate and the way we do things. And so, so we almost got year one under our belt.
Almost.
And I can only imagine that as we continue and grow and learn and even something that you all have spoken about, gelling relationships and learning how to work together, all of that will just help us be better and better. So continue to pray for the leadership board, and let me thank the two of you, and also Craig and Vicki and Dana and Ethan for your many hours of service on this board, and not just at the board meetings, but the things that you all do in getting ready for those board meetings, and the emails that you read, and the times that you spend on the phone discussing things and other stuff. So thank you so much for your leadership and for the leadership of all the members of the board, and you are truly appreciated, and thank you. And thank you for being my guest today on Matt Talk. It's always good to be with both of you, and so glad to have you here. And I hope that all of you will be sure to be here to talk with Tony and Chuck and all the leadership board on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock in the Family Life Center. Come and be a part of the town hall meeting. Well, I hope this Matt Talk has been insightful to you as we continue to be the church together. And if you ever have a question for the leadership board, you can go to their website at cfumcga.com and click on the About tab, and then click on the Leadership Board tab, and you'll find a contact button there. You can click that and send them an email, and they will be sure to get back in touch with you. Thank you for listening to Matt Talk today. I look forward to sharing with you again next week, and I look forward to seeing you in worship on Sunday. Until we do see each other again, may the grace and peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you.